Welcome back to another episode of War Selection, and in this match, I go cannons because it got me thinking. So, I'm sorry, if you saw last video, it got me thinking. What happens if I just go straight Western Asian cannons? Like I mainly use that for most of the fight, because as you saw, like just a few of those cannons managed to push me back multiple times, and there wasn't that many cannons. So I decided to do a test run. This is basically more of this video is gonna be more of a test run for myself to see how powerful cannons of Western Asia can actually be. So we're gonna speed up time. As you see, we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 people, and then myself, which is 6 in total. This is the entire map. Not a very good map. It's a standard map, honestly. Kind of boring, but oh well. A lot of metal though. Anyway, so I start, looking around everywhere. Everything's going good. Nothing going too crazy. But then I realized, some of these people are purple, especially. It's awfully close to me. I don't like it. In free for alls, especially, someone being close to you is kind of a no-no in my eyes. So I start preparing. I start going some spearmen again. Standard spearmen rush for Asia. Now, I should do a video on how to properly play free for all. Or there's no proper way to play free for all because things change every single time. But proper way to solidify your point on the map and have a better chance of winning. There we go. A better chance of it. I should do a video on how to increase your odds of winning. So then I take some spearmen and some hand rams, and I go straight after purple. Right here. Poor purple. Now, I do have a little bit of trouble taking out his cavalry. But luckily I have mass spearmen, so they're able to do heavy damage to him. I also went after the workers, splitting my forces. Now, at first, I don't think I'm going to be able to win this fight because he has an awfully, he has a good, solidified point. Kind of like he's kind of defended with some good choke points. He placed all his archers like in here, the amazing choke points. But as you can see right here, a lot of his horses got stuck within the buildings. That's two cavalry that are stuck in the buildings, and 3 archers here, which I don't believe they're not stuck, but they're not exactly moving. So then as you saw, I immediately take purple out quite easily. So I was like, okay, well, I won this. So let's just finish off let's just finish off with these guys. I'm just like gonna let these guys die. Essentially, I'm not gonna pull back. I'm just gonna wipe this entire area clean. So I end up getting more units coming in, heavy spearmen and such, just to clear out the remnants of this. Again, I didn't actually think that they would survive, but I was like, when they did and they managed to kill them, like, oh yeah, well, let's go on to the next one. Let's send the remnants of this force to clear out the remaining enemies. So then I take the remaining of the spearmen, take the remaining of the hand rams, go straight after blue over here. Just go straight after his temple. And boom, easy. And again, I once again clear it out. I expect a whole purposely expecting that these guys would just die. I honestly I wanted these guys to just die off so that way I can have some more space or something like that. But surprisingly, they lived. A single force managed to clear out 2 people. Now, granted, this guy didn't have much, but this guy had a reasonable amount to the point that I had to send reinforcements just in case things got a little bit sketchy. But after that, I knew for a fact that these forces wouldn't be able to survive against the remaining because everyone should be at, should be in medieval by now. Only looks like there's one guy in medieval though. Meanwhile, I managed to go, I managed to do Western Asia. Now I do have to rush to late Middle Ages in order to get the cannons because Western Asia in order to get the forge, you need late Middle Ages. So you see right here, I managed to, get a bunch of forges, melting. Actually, no, they're called melting houses. I get a bunch of melting houses up. Now, one thing that I didn't expect to happen was how expensive these cannons are. Now, the first thing I get is ballistic sights, because obviously you want ballistic sights for these medieval siege units. But look at this, 280 metal. You have to have a stockpile to pump these guys out. You will go bankrupt with these. I'm pretty sure these are more expensive than heavy heavy Western knights. Heavy knights, these are more expensive. Now granted, they don't cost food or metal. Food or materials, which is good. They just require metal. But 280, that's a lot. That is a lot of metal. As you see, I saw, if you look at my top right, my metal is just dropping fast. I only have 12 workers on a single node. Collecting metal. So when I realized this, when I realized that I'm gonna run out of metal, I have to take most of these workers and go to this node over here. Because this one isn't even depleted. It still had 2,000 left. So I in order to get the cannons that I need, I would need a lot more metal than this. But I just kept producing them. I only got 4 melting houses, and that's really all you need. Hell, you only need technically 2 melting houses, but because I wanted to go straight cannons, I got 4. Right here, I see, I started building warehouses because I realized, yeah, I'm gonna need a lot of metal. Plus, I was in the process of going into industrial. All right. So we're just gonna skip time. I made a little I cannot speak today. I ended up making a little outpost here, just only one tower. I ended up having to, as you're gonna see, destroy this tower. Not because of anything bad happened, because I was realized, why am I building 2 towers here when I can build a tower up here and get some balloons up and maybe shoot down? Because I thought right here you could pass through this way. It turns out you can't. You can't actually pass this way, as you can see. And which is why I had to pull my forces back. But I did get a balloon tower. Now right here, as you can see, this guy, realizing what was going on, sent his entire force of spearmen, European spearmen, probably not even upgraded, to come get me. And I thought this was good. This was good testing right here. Good testing. I ended up just unleashing a barrage of fire on this guy's force of spearmen. Now, unfortunately, as you can see, I did more damage to myself, and he even says LOL. I did way more damage to myself. Look how many spearmen died of my own. And this guy says gunpowder my culo. Gunpowder my ass. And I go, oh, he quits. But I still want to test out my cannons on this guy. So I ended up just coming over here and then just unleashing a barrage of fire. Now, I did have a little bit of trouble with the cannons because they're not good at picking out single targets. Well, yes, they can. You really have to be patient with these guys to pick out like single targets like this. To the point where I just got bored. I'm like, nope, I'm not doing this. So I just pulled all my cannons back. Meanwhile, we have this going on. Looks like Green over here decided to fight a Polish dude. Now this guy does get howitzers and did stem the tide a little bit. So he even upgrades some of his towers to try and prevent the rest of these guys from coming. But look at the sheer amount that is being produced here. Damn. Now, at the time, I didn't know this guy was being attacked, because again, this is really like I couldn't see anything besides this. This is all I could see. I didn't get the upgrades because you definitely do need the influence upgrades, as you probably saw on the map, to use the cannons. Not because you need them, but because you need the vision to actually have the range to shoot it. Because they do have long vision, but if you don't have long range, but we don't have the vision, the cannons aren't going to do anything. So I went ahead and just blew up some towers, thinking, okay, this is going to be easy. I'm just going to go slowly into this guy's base. But then I realized he's being attacked. Then I immediately was like, then I immediately noped the fuck out of there. I'm like, nope, 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 nope. But then I had another realization. This guy was being attacked by his army, by this guy's army. And this guy was, as you see, this guy's basically dead. So I was like, wait a minute. Why am I going to let this guy die? I don't want this guy to die yet. He's mine. I need to test out these cannons. So I immediately just went right back into there and just destroyed all of this guy's entire army, or what was left of it. And then took my cannons like, nope, I'm just going to kill him. I even said my kill. And he loses. I was not gonna let him steal my kill. I need to test these cannons out, you can't test cannons out when your opponent is dead. As you see, they did some heavy damage, even industrial. Like, even against industrial. This is only, what, 13 cannons? I went ahead with my pikemen to try to kill this guy's workers off. But I did kill a lot of them, but surprisingly, their workers actually managed to kill all my pikemen. So I'm like, oh, okay. There we go. Now I took my cannons, so I was like, you know what? Let's finish these guys off. And I immediately just butchered the rest of these workers. Unfortunately, despite the cannon's accuracy still being less than a howitzer, honestly, a cannon with ballistic sights is about the same as a normal howitzer with its accuracy. It's still bad, but not nearly as bad. You really do need ballistic sights for a cannon to make them effective. Because if they're not effective, then kind of pointless, aren't they? So we're just gonna finish off these workers. That's something interesting too. This guy just deleted like all of his buildings here. Like this guy destroyed all of his structures. I don't know why he destroyed his structures. Like I get it. Like I get if you don't want to upgrade them when you get to industrial, but this guy was nowhere close to industrial. Honestly, let's see what he was. He was on his way to late. So I decided, you know what? Let's just finish this guy off. or finish or get as far as close as I can. Because at this point, I knew the other guy had an army and obviously had a lot of resources stockpiled. So I was like, okay, well, obviously my cannons are gonna die, but I'm gonna see how far they can get before they die. To go until you can't go anymore, essentially. And spoiler alert, they don't get stopped at all. They get slowed down, but look right here. Okay, we're gonna slow down time. We're just gonna take this one at a time. Look at that. Boom. Elephant dead. Elephant dead. Now he does pull his Oglins pretty close to my cannons, but again, there's nothing really I can't handle. Look, he even sends Mamelukes at me. But there you go. Again and again. Look at the sheer amount. This is more. This force right here is more expensive than half of these cannons. Look at this. He only managed to destroy a single cannon with that many Mamelukes. A single cannon. Now I do get some snipers just to act as support, just in case any of them sneak up behind me, but I mainly hold the snipers back for most of the fight. I see I have 12 more cannons left. All of them are almost full health. Like only 1, 2, 3, and 4 of them don't have full health. Actually, there's 2 right here that have a tiny bit of health missing, but it's fine. Right here, I launch my own attack. Now I try to get through the trees, but I have some complications. Something interests me. He stopped producing troops, apparently. I guess it doesn't matter. I go inside. Boom! Look at that. They are not stopped at all. He even tries to get a cannon himself, and I immediately just annihilate it, and then he quits. I got kind of disappointed. Honestly, I was disappointed. I even go, oh, I don't like it when I'm testing theories out and this guy just quits. Look at that. He even tries to get a cannon himself, and he just it's immediately annihilated. Western Asian cannons, incredibly expensive, but holy crap, en masse, they are just untouchable. Like, if you saw my last video where the guy had multiple cannons and was just mincing my troops, I really do think I'm gonna start using Western Asian cannons, not en masse, not on like mass like this, but whenever I go to Western Asia, I am definitely gonna get at least 3 to 5 cannons just to have, just so I can just annihilate frontline units. Because they are just incredibly effective, aren't they? They can be they're just incredibly effective units. They can definitely be like a kind of meta, or no, I'm sorry, not meta, because they are quite expensive and you do require late Middle Ages. But when playing defensive, actually no, in playing defensive, I believe that Western Asian cannons can actually do pretty damn well. And actually, I just realized, check out the kills. 14 on this one, 19, 12, 13, 11, 15 for some of these guys, and 8 for the rest. Damn, man. That is just huge. Again, this was just the same group as before. I managed to take out, well, technically 2, because this guy, you know, quit, and this guy was basically already dead, so it wasn't much of a fight. Oh yeah, I also got spawned a bunch of mortars, thinking that maybe when these cannons die, I could just send in the mortars and that would finish them off. Kind of disappointed I don't get to use the mortars. You know what? Next video? Actually, no, not next video. Next time, in a future video, I'm just gonna go straight mortars and see how that works. But yeah, I really do think cannons can be incredibly... Most people don't use cannons in Western Asia unless they're kind of desperate for units. And while I do see the value of them, again, most people don't use them. Especially some of the top ranked players I've seen, they don't use cannons. But I might start thinking about using cannons more often. Now they probably are like horrible against cavalry, especially like Ronin and stuff. But against infantry and heavy, heavy units like, sit packs or elephants, yeah, and light infantry too, yeah, definitely cannons are the way to go. So I'm gonna start thinking about using cannons more often. But if you enjoyed this video, leave a like, comment, and I'll see you all next time.